rebuilding, resurfacing. See if I have room without. No, why would you? Why would they make it so I don't need a wrench? Click. You hear that? It clicked. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day that starts in a Y. So another project. My son's 2007 350Z. He is currently stationed on the USS Iwo Jima, fighting pirates and other nefarious individuals in the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, is the thing, right? But anyway, he stores his car here in our backyard while he's deployed. We replaced these brakes a couple years ago, but we knew one of these calipers was hanging up, and I pulled his car out to get the inspection done and get it registered for him while he's gone. And I saw that the brake pads were just gone and getting ready to eat into the rotors more than I'm happy with. So I ordered a set of rotors for him off of Amazon. They weren't very expensive, I think around $100. And then some brake pads. I'll put the cost of the pads and the if I said rotors, I meant calipers. So we'll show you here in a second. I'll show you how they won't even turn. And then it's quick and easy, taking these off, replacing them, using all the lubricants that you guys don't like me to use, and then taking this thing to the car wash and calling it a day. So let's get right to it. Well, here's what we got here. You can see they're all rusty. This car's been sitting in the backyard for quite some time, so most of the rust is because of how it was sitting. But these pads are basically no longer available to us, but it hasn't quite grooved or damaged the rotors, so can't really see the backside, but it feels good as well. Do have a roll lock disc here. I might resurface, rebuild. Yeah, we got a brand new caliper here, one for this side, and then we'll do the other side after I'm done with this side. And obviously a new set of tools here, or of hardware. We'll talk about these copper rings when I take a look at the old ones. Also, I have the ceramic brake parts cleaner and the synthetic. And then I have the copper NICs and the silver. I'm going to use the copper because I've been liking the copper lately. I think there's no difference between these, but what's the difference? Is there a difference? Why does when I went to buy some more of this, because it's half dried up, I've had it for years, all they had at the parts store was copper, so I went with copper. Tell me why it matters. And then synthetic versus ceramic. There's ceramic pads, right? So I should use ceramic? I think this doesn't matter either. Apparently it's controversial to use the purple versus the green. I'm going with purple. All right, well, let's start with the banjo bolt back here. It's an 11, and then these bolts for the caliper are 14, and then these two bolts for the caliper bracket are 19. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those apart. What I do have is a clamp here. You're going to make sure your hoses are in good shape, because older hoses, when you pinch them, they can stay pinched on the inside and actually create a check valve and make it extremely difficult for you to, well, you can get the fluid stays pressurized in the brake caliper here, so that's not good. See if I have room without. No, why would they make it so I don't need a wrench? Let me go get a 14mm wrench. Not too bad, but I think I'm going to go with the bigger roll lock. Rebuilding, resurfacing. Copper never sees where people might not want me to put it. But here we go. I decided to put that brake caliper together just like it sits. Since these caliper bolts were pre-torqued and marked and everything, I decided I'm just going to go ahead and put it together as a whole complete package and slide it on. So if you're going to allow me to do that, I will. Make it easy for all of us. A little bit of blue Loctite on these bolts. Never hurt no one. Click. You hear that? It clicked. All right, now this is a point where I always don't question myself, but question some of my life choices. Wait, that's the same thing. What I mean with this banjo bolt, you know, it's a crush bolt, the washer thing here, copper. It's meant to squeeze and shape to the shape of these. Now these, the face of this and the face of the caliper, are both they're both flat, so I'm not extremely concerned about that because there's no grooves. Well, there's grooves on the back of the banjo bolt itself. And the problem with that I've run into in the past is that if you don't torque these, torque the ever-loving chromolians out of it, they won't seal because it's a lot of pressure, lots of pressure. And the most pressure in this car is in the brake lines. And the problem is they've got to be torqued very tightly. Sometimes, and what I learned was I had to over torque the ones that I did. I remember I did a car and I replaced these things, and we torqued them down and it leaked, and I torqued them down and it leaked again, and over torqued them and it leaked again, and I just switched back to the old ones. And the old ones that were crushed washer down there and shaped, grooved, they fit really well. Now these always feel like I'm gonna break it when I torque it down, but that's it. It's done. Let me gravity bleed this real quick, and then we'll move on to the other side, and then I'll have my wife jump in and actually bleed them. All right, well, that's it, guys. This is a pretty simple brake job here. They come pre-packed just like that, so if you drop the pads in, make sure, I did have to take this one out and put it back in, so the indicator pad only fits on the back. And obviously this is not the right way, it's curved this way, but I like this indicator to be on the top, because what I've learned is if it's like this and the rotor is, you know, going forward, which it is most times, this will push away from the pad, and actually you'll keep pushing it away and it won't engage. But if it's like this and the forward motion is this way, it'll push into the pad and continue to push into this and make the noise. So it's always important to make sure this is, as a rotor moves forward in its typical rotation, this is pushing into the pad so that the squealer doesn't push away and bends away, it pushes in and squeals. So that's another tip, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll do the other side. It's going to be the exact same, and then I'm going to go drive it, get a car wash, put it in the backyard, put the cover back on it. So until next time, thanks for watching. Do the free things, like, subscribe. There's a bell. I don't know what that does. You can hit that too. And catch you on the next one.